good, YouTube? It's your boy Curtis, aka Flex, coming to you with episode 13 of to come back to my second powerlifting meet. Now today is going to be, this video is going to be probably the last of the compilation of actually the lifts and stuff that I usually do for my usual comeback videos, but trust me, I'll try to give you a play-by-play on all the little things coming up to this last meet. I'm not too sure yet on what exactly I want to do for the coming peak week, but I just want to try to give you guys as much information or as much content as I possibly can on what exactly I'm doing this week. I got a lot of things personally going on with me. Actually, tomorrow, because again, like I said, today is the 7th. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going downtown because WWE, our wrestling SmackDown, is going to be here in Toronto, and I'm going to go and watch that. So I'll try to take you guys with me as much as I possibly could. Actually, if you want to, catch like little play-by-plays, little things that I'm doing as I'm going there, check me out on Instagram at FlexBullets, same thing as my same handle as on YouTube here, and that'll give you a little idea on what I'm doing at the show. So again, that is what's going on tomorrow, as well as on Thursday. My mom is actually going to go do some surgery, so that's going on Thursday, and then Friday hopefully I can get myself all prepped up and ready for Sunday's meet. So a lot of things are going down, and hopefully I could still be able to give you guys content and do all the things I gotta do personally at the same time. So hope you guys are gonna stick with me, and again, just take a look at what happened last week.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 13 of the comeback. This will and probably will be the last of these style of videos for my powerlifting meet prep videos. So today, or for this video, I'm just gonna cover the bench press and the deadlifts that I did for last week there, and pretty much call it that. It was a rough week because I wasn't waking up good for both of these days, so these sessions weren't really the best, so that's why I kind of compiled them into one and really wanted to just show you guys what actually happened and how my list really went. So I started off with the previous clip there of doing 100 pounds for 50, and I went up to 125, doing it for 14 reps. And I have to remember that this is a deload week, so my weight went down, but I turned up the rep ranges a little bit higher. It might not work for other people, but normally it works for me, so that's why I'm doing it this way. That's how I do my deload week, or do my deloads. So anyways, I went to from 125 for 14 to 150 pounds for 12 reps. Again, what I was working on, as well as because it's a deload, I was working on just my my hand position and making sure that I got myself more and more comfortable with the benches, because again, depending on where you're doing your meet, the benches could range in sizes, shapes, the way they form and sit on your back. So I was just trying to get myself used to, maybe mine will be hopefully the one that we'd be using at the meet. So that's what I did for that. So I went from 150 for 12 reps to 175 pounds for another 10 reps. And that's pretty much how I try to cover, or how I did cover my benching portion of this session or this day. Then I went into the hammer style incline machine, and I just did what I didn't do what I normally do with just going up in weight. I started off with 45, did 12 reps. Again, just trying to get a pump at this point after I do my bench. I normally do a bodybuilding style of thing where I just try to get as many reps as I can, just getting a nice pump. So I went from 45 for 12 to 90 for 10. I don't know what it was with my shirt, but for some reason my shirt didn't want to stay in place. But anyways, I went from 90 for 10 to doing another set of 90 pounds for another 8 reps. And that's how I did that. Then I went over to doing skull crushers. I love doing skull crushers just to train my triceps. And what I do is I do it with a twist where I'm training my triceps and my mid pecs region as well. So I would do the skull crusher, and then I would do a press or close grip press at the same time, and that'd be basically 1 rep. So I started off doing 50 pounds for 10 reps. Again, just making sure that I don't flare out my elbows too far, and because that basically causes injury. And went for, again, 50 pounds for 10 reps, and then I moved up in weight to 70 pounds for another 2 sets of 10 reps. And then I went on to doing tricep extensions, and I do them single arm, obviously, or maybe you wouldn't know that for the way I do my style. There's many ways of doing the tricep extensions, but anyways, I did my tricep extensions using dumbbells of 35 pounds, and I did 8 reps for 3 sets, and that is pretty much how my bench session went for today. Then it leads me into my deadlifts. The deadlifts I did on the Friday, and I started off with the obvious 135. I did 10 reps. Again, I wasn't trying to use heavy weights because, again, like I was saying to you guys before already, that this is a deload week, so I was really just trying to keep my motions going, keep my flow of movements straight, and just keep my again, you don't want to have too much of a amount of time where you don't feel comfortable with the weight and the things that you're doing. So I was really just trying to go through the regular motions. So again, I started off with the 135 for 10, bumped it up to 185 for another 10 to 12 reps, then went to 230 pounds. Again, yes, this is a little bit more weight, but still, it was more of a warm-up for me. And just did 230 pounds for another 10 reps. Again, I didn't keep like my bench press, my rep range high. I just try to, again, just go through the regular motions. So I did 230 for 10, and then I finished off my deadlifts, just the deadlifts portions anyways, with 275 pounds for another 10 reps. Then afterwards, I moved on to doing somewhat of a superset, which was doing pull-ups. And what I would do is do pull-ups of 10 reps, and then I would switch into doing sweet 16s. If you guys don't know what sweet 16s is, it's pretty much where you're using a easy curl bar, and you're doing 8 reps of the insides of the easy curl bar, and then you switch into another 8 reps of the outside of the easy curl bar within the same actual set. And that is pretty much what the sweet 16s is. So what I did is I did 4 sets of 16 reps for both the pull-ups and the sweet 16. So again, I would do for the switch up for my pull-ups as well. I would do the inside before do the sweet 16s, and the outside and do the sweet 16s, and that's what I did for about 3 to 4 sets. Then I went on moving into the preacher curl. Now again, I didn't use a large amount of weight. I kept it at about 45 pounds, 1 plate on the machine, and I did 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Again, we're just pretty much at this point really trying to get a nice pump, and I believe I really did get that exactly that, performing that. And I finished off the day doing a T-bar row machine with 105 pounds on the machine, and I did 3 sets of 10 reps. Again, I really wanted to just give my back a nice little workout, give my lats a workout, because again, those are, in my opinion, I could be wrong, to each your own. In my opinion, your back and your lats is really good for not just your deadlift, but it's pretty good for your bench press as well. So, and it's pretty good for your squat as well. So I believe that, I really wanted to work this out to finish off my day. So anyways, guys, I hope that you guys have been enjoying just my whole prep and everything, getting ready for this meet, and hopefully, you know, everything works out. Thank you.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.